Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today from Hy-Vee right here in the Madison area is my friend Aryn. She's back and she is a registered dietitian and has helped us explore lots of fun things. I don't think we've ever talked about tomatoes though.
I don't think we have either.
So I'm kind of excited, and I was just telling you I plant a garden.
Yeah.
We got some of the cherry tomatoes. We got some of these juicy upfront tomatoes, and I was telling her that, don't hate me out there, I kind of like the canned tomatoes, are really good. And you're like, Jeremy, you know, tomatoes are really good for you.
They are really good for you, and that's what we're going to talk about today, whether it's canned or fresh.
I still eat fresh, so my wife makes, now I was saying it on the spot here. What did I say? Bruschetta, really good, like really good. Amazing. So yeah, that's really good as a fresh one. But tomatoes overall, like, who thought?
Who thought? Well, a lot of people have, because
Dietitians.
Tomatoes are in so much. If we really think about it, we have our fresh tomatoes right in the produce department, all different types, whether they're cherry or they're the big beef tomatoes, great for like a BLT, or even our canned tomatoes down the canned vegetable aisle, our tomato sauces, and also some salsas.
I think that's because you can do a lot of things with them. Like, my favorite thing to do for growing tomatoes in a garden is to do a salsa. Like, that is like the ultimate thing for me, besides bruschetta. I mean, bruschetta is really, really good. But as we're looking at the health benefits of tomatoes, what do you look at as a dietitian? What are we going to get from them?
Oh, sure. So tomatoes have so many amazing nutrients in them. They have vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, phosphate, or folic acid, and also
phosphate.
Yeah, phosphate, which is really good for pregnant women, preventing neurotube defects, and also that fiber. We talk about fiber all the time on here, and you know I love fiber. But another great benefit that tomatoes give us is lycopene.
What the heck is lycopene?
Yeah, lycopene is an antioxidant, and that antioxidant really helps our heart, helps to prevent progression of heart disease, and also is really known, studies have shown that it's really good to help lower risk of lung cancer as well as aggressive prostate cancers as well. So tomatoes are about 90% of where we as Americans get our lycopene from. So
really?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Right, 80% of lycopene is coming from our tomatoes in the American diet. So think about all the tomatoes we have, whether it's on a burger, whether it's in that spaghetti sauce that we have for dinner or out and about. So, I mean, not that ketchup really has a ton of tomatoes in it, but we do have some tomatoes in ketchup as well.
My son is crying right now because you said that. Like, that's his favorite food group, ketchup. And I know a lot of kiddos out there. Tomato-wise, let me ask you a good myth question here about storage, because I think that one for me has always been tough. Like, do you refrigerate them? Do you not? If you buy them from the store, do you refrigerate them? Do you not? What do you do with them?
Yeah, so good rule of thumb for any produce item is however it's stored in the grocery store is how it should be stored in your home. So tomatoes in our grocery store here at Hy-Vee are stored unrefrigerated. So that means that they're going to be the best flavor that they'll provide, and they'll last longer when they're not refrigerated. Sometimes we do refrigerate them. I know with my cherry tomatoes, I'll refrigerate them just because I like them a little colder.
I do too.
And sometimes they do last longer in the refrigerator because you're bringing that temperature down, making it a little less likely for bacteria growth. So ultimately, store them how the store stores them, but you can store them in the refrigerator.
Well, and I think, too, a lot of people are getting them for their garden right now, too.
Yes.
So, like, they're coming from the natural garden piece. Doesn't mean you need to put them in the refrigerator and leave them out, let them ripen a little bit, and
Exactly.
then, cut your teeth into them. So good.
Right, and that's a good point. When you're getting them from the garden, if they have any rips in them, because like tomatoes, sometimes they get a little too big and their skin breaks. So if they have any tears in the skins, go ahead and put that directly into the refrigerator to decrease the risk of insects getting into them. I know I got
Spoilage.
some fruit flies, yeah, or them just going a little bad quicker. So refrigerate those, eat them quicker.
All right, well, you have some fun stuff here, and I mean, like you said, a good salsa, I mean, is just to die for. And pico de mayo, like, I feel like that is just blown up over the years, and you can prep that in so many different ways, with so many different tomatoes, by the way, which is really good.
Yes, so this one specifically is made with some of the fresh tomatoes. However, a really good way to make salsa, if you're not going to do like a pico, is with a canned tomato that already has some added flavors to it, like this fire roasted salsa style. Great flavor already in there. You just open up that can, throw it in your dish, add some of your fresh produce with it, including that corn. That sweet corn right now is so good in Wisconsin.
We're not talking about sweet corn here.
I know, but it pairs so well. It pairs so well. And also the benefit of using a canned tomato product is that lycopene is actually activated in the heating process when canning.
I knew I liked canned tomatoes. I told you all I liked them. I'm with you, though. I'm not going to give away any of my salsa secrets, but part of my salsa does include like a mixed can of something like this, and with mixed chilies or something like. Oh my god.
Yeah, it sounds like we might have to do like a salsa cook-off.
Well, if you want to lose, yeah, you can certainly have a salsa cook-off.
I will definitely challenge that.
I've won some competitions, but that's near there. Finally, you say choosing. I mean, there are so many different flavors of mixed together ones. I'm looking at the list here. I have no clue. You know, I think of the Italian classic tomato sauce. Oh my gosh, like a basil, anything with basil and tomatoes.
Right,
like,
a tomato basil, absolutely. I agree. But so many different cultures use tomatoes. It is very much a staple in not only the American diet, but many cultural diets as well. From, we talked about bruschetta, we talked about Italian sauces. You could even have ratatouille, a French ratatouille.
You know, I've never tried that officially.
Me neither.
Oh, well. Has
but
Nick,
soon enough.
Yeah? Nick's shaking his head no either. We'll get a cutaway of that later. We do, you do have, I mean, you can even mix it in with cool sauces too. Like that was another piece of this too, is, you know, add it to your favorite dips and stuff. My gosh.
Yeah, throw on some tomatoes to the top of your dips, which would be really great paired with this cheese one right here from Good Foods. Or I even use cherry tomatoes as a dipping mode, right? So using that cherry tomato to dip into the sauces to add that extra punch of flavor.
You just hit it on the taste buds here. This sounds really good. All right, well, if people want to learn more about anything to do with tomatoes, certainly you're the tomato queen now, officially designated by this guy.
Need a crown for that.
It's a large tomato.
A large tomato crown.
Nevertheless, you can ask more questions to you if you have any questions about working something like this in your diet. They can reach out how.
Yes, so go to Hy-Vee.com/health and find your dietitian team, or swing by one of our stores. And today we are talking about tomatoes because our pick of the month for September is the Tomato Wellness Council.
Never knew.
Never knew.
Didn't even know there was a council for that. Oh, well.
There's a council for everything.
Well, that's good. And then tomato, I said that you could not have hit it better on the season. Like, now is the time to enjoy some fresh tomatoes in Wisconsin. And certainly you can find more information from this lady right here. She'll hook you up on tomatoes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.